Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so Deontay Wilder, following his devastating one-sided beatdown from Joseph Parker, has hinted that he may well retire now. He's talking about how he's made wise moves with his money, investing it and whatever else, which is fantastic, right? You know, he got into boxing to provide a living for his little girl, and he's done that exceptionally. Okay, so we can only praise him for that. And I hope he doesn't retire, because there are plenty of fights I still want to see him in. Most notably, there's an All-American fight with him and Jarrell Miller. Them two have history. We don't need to go into what the history is, even though it is quite funny. But that's a fight that I would like to see. I'd like to see him take on Dan Dubois. I'd like to see him take on Joe Joyce. And you know what? Anthony Joshua as well. I'd still like to see that fight. But that said, now, Joseph Parker needs a lot of credit in this fight. Okay? And he stayed disciplined. And he knew how to beat Wilder. But with all the comments that I'm seeing on social media since it all is that, oh, Wilder got old. The inactivity of Wilder, and that's what happened. No. Parker was always beating Deontay Wilder. If Wilder doesn't land that right hand, he loses. Everybody, or not everybody, but most people at the top end of the heavyweight division beat Wilder. They do, and that's always been the case. But Wilder's always managed to pull out that right hand, and that's what people remember is a knockout, highlight reel knockout. And they forget everything that led up to that particular knockout. The fact that he's getting bounced around, he's getting bashed up, he's losing round after round after round. So what you saw against Joseph Parker is no different to what always happens with Wilder. Every single fight, practically. But then, of course, it gets muffed over with the knockout, with the highlight reel knockout. But, of course, when that highlight reel knockout doesn't come, he loses the fight. He does. Okay, so no, it's not about age, it's not about inactivity, it's not about anything like that. Wilder's never been one to be taking punishment and adding miles to the clock, because he's always been a scared fighter, in the sense of he don't like getting hit. But credit to him, he took some big shots with Parker, he really did. Now, going forward, yes, as I said before, there are fights that I'd like to see Deontay Wilder in. Now, hopefully Wilder, or most importantly, his rotten fan base, there are a section of his fan base who are rotten, the Wildettes, don't be looking through this one going, oh, well, Joseph Parker, you know, he's good friends with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury taught him how to cheat, and let's look at the gloves, and let's look at the, you know, was he on something because he got spiked? And wait for it, it's coming, okay? Wait for it. This is exactly what's going to be happening, because they just can't take defeat. The fact that Wilder loses every single fight until he lands the right hand, that's just what happens. He was never as good as Joseph Parker. He was always going to lose with Joseph Parker if he can't land the right hand. He will always lose to an Anthony Joshua. He would have lost to Anthony Joshua 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year, today, and a year from now. He was always going to lose to Joshua, which is what I've been saying for years. He would lose to Joe Joyce. He would lose to Filip Herkovich. There's plenty of fighters out there. Andy Ruiz Jr. would beat him in that too. Again, if he doesn't retire, get the Andy Ruiz Jr. fight on. It's still a big fight. It's still a fight that I would watch. But Wilder, will he go into the Hall of Fame? I mean, he probably will, because of those 10 defences. But 10 defences against who? As I said multiple times. People need to get over it, okay? Wilder was never that good. He wasn't. And he has stolen a living out of boxing, okay? He's been mollycoddled and protected for years and years and years. And what I always said is, he will get found wanting at some point. He will. He's the heavyweight version of a Jeff Lacey. Although Jeff Lacey did have skills, Wilder doesn't. But, I mean, could you put anything into the fact that he emphatically lost to Joseph Parker, the guy that Anthony Joshua beat? The guy that Dillian White beat? The guy that Joe Joyce beat? Well, of course he can. Because all those names, Wilder didn't want to fight the other ones, did he? He didn't. And it will probably forever haunt him, the fact that he had the Anthony Joshua fight for undisputed, and he turned it down to take less money to take on Tyson Fury, and it all went downhill from there. Because once you reach that summit, there's only one way left, isn't there? It's down. Because he can't go back to fighting journeymen and bums and whatever else. So him taking on Joseph Parker, what would have happened is he would have seen that Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce fight and said, you know what, I'll land on Parker now. He's going to go. Okay, yeah, maybe. But not only did Parker take a couple of those punches, but Wilder couldn't land them at all, really. He couldn't, because he didn't know how to fight. He didn't know how to fight, and he didn't know how to box. He knows how to throw a right hand. And all the interviews of Malik Scott going on different platforms saying that Wilder is the most devastating puncher and he's a fantastic boxer, and he puts him in the same league as Muhammad Ali and all that. I mean, absolute nonsense. I mean, Wilder and Malik Scott get a room. I mean, maybe they already have. I don't know. I'm not accusing, but it was just ridiculous. It really has been. Shelley Finkel, JD's, Al Heyman have been protecting him for years. Parker was always going to beat a Wilder if Wilder can't land the right hand. There's plenty of fighters out there that would beat Deontay Wilder and could always beat Deontay Wilder. There's no motive in this. This is what I've always said. People can call me a hater. You can call me whatever you like. But facts are facts. When you take on somebody at the top end, he gets found wanting. Luis Ortiz is not a good win. Luis Ortiz ain't beat nobody. So if he retires, okay, cool. Well done. He's made a lot of money. Move on with your life. And good luck to him, okay? He's a very good family man, and he seems like a very nice guy and everything, except when he's making threats about his opponents and body bags and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's stupid. But he's blown it, hasn't he? He's blown it, is what he's done. As in, he's blown it with that Anthony Joshua fight, which is the fight that everybody wanted to see. And now it looks like he's going to go down in history of the fight that should have happened that never did. And what would have happened is Joshua would have iced him. But how do we know that? Now, maybe we can still see that fight at some point. Who knows? But as of right now, doesn't look very likely at all, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm not saying all that to take anything away from Parker, okay? Parker's a very, very good boxer, and the Parker that we've seen against Deontay Wilder is the Parker that I always liked. He was like that before he won the WBO strap. And then when he won the WBO strap, he became a back foot fighter. I missed the come forward, aggressive Joseph Parker. And here he is. That's the best Joseph Parker. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole situation. As I said, I don't want to see Deontay Wilder retire. I'd like to see Wilder have a couple more fights. Why not? There's a fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. there, All-American clash. There's a fight with Big Baby Jared Miller there. Again, them guys have history. Jared Anderson. Darren Dubois. Anyway, that's my thoughts on all. You drop me yours. Click on the subscribe. Catch you next video.